Josh.
Whee!
Dude, again. Dude, I'm excited today.
It's a good day.
It is. You know, we just keep on, we up the game. Every week we get, not to say that our previous guests aren't good or great, but they just keep on keeping on.
Like attracts like, as they say.
We are the average of the 5 we hang around the most. Welcome everybody. I am Doug Green. I'm the owner and co-founder of MacroMealsOnline.com, where we're the home of the first 2 meals are $2.22.
Boom. Might as well be free, but you know, postage.
I mean, just try it out.
Try it out.
And
Taxes and stuff.
So, just a little bit, Josh, before we get into the show, we started doing the hero
of the week.
The week.
Yes,
brilliant.
We had like hundreds of requests, so we're going to keep that going each Monday. We'll go find the person that we need to track down. We'll give them the meals. Keep nominating, and each week we'll kind of randomly select or find who we want.
So do you want them posting the name?
You can put on Facebook. You can call us.
Email
you can email us. Just go
info@macromealsonline.com. Comment on any one of our videos.
Any of the videos is fine, and it's a police, fire, EMT, veteran.
Besides Air Force, you can't do that. I mean, Chair Force.
That's
personal
call.
thing. Yeah.
That's
I'm just
Doug's
kidding.
call. But all of the military, all those guys. Tell us who you think deserves a free meal. We'll go find them and give them that free meal. So it's an awesome thing. We've done it one time, and it's going to go off like fireworks.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool that we can get back to the community in that sense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So anyways, so on today's show, Josh, oh yeah, don't bang on the table. I'll pretend to.
On today's show, I literally watch the mic go, come on, Doug.
So on today's show, we're continuing our series Improving Yourself in 2019. And one of those ways is life balance. You know, everybody talks about work-life balance. I don't believe in work-life balance. I believe it's you have one life.
Yeah.
Call it life balance.
Don't save anything for the swim home is my philosophy.
Yeah.
But I'm often drowning, so maybe I should change my philosophy.
Yeah. Learn about balance. Maybe we could learn something from somebody.
Let's hear it.
Learn how to float.
I need to learn how to float.
It saves a lot more energy.
Doggy paddle.
So on today's show, guys, we get to interview Julie Rowe. She's a nationally qualified figure competitor. Recently married. She's 28 years old. She's a nurse. She loves gardening, reading, and cooking.
Low achiever. I'm hearing low achiever.
Yeah. I'm hearing like 90-year-old ladies. What I really hear.
Knitting, likes to knit.
Yeah.
3 pets.
Oh man.
I have 3 pet peeves. She has 3 pets.
Fur babies.
Fur babies, as she refers to them. So
the fur baby.
1 dog.
1 dog.
2 cats. 2 cats. And Josh, how does somebody do that?
I don't know, especially with all those hobbies. How do you keep those pets alive is what I want to know.
Yeah.
Well, cats are very independent.
Yeah, that's true.
So they don't care.
Aren't they like the
dog,
Bible, like the face of the lion? The cats, aren't they evil?
Yeah, the cats are evil. Oh, for sure.
Okay.
One of them is straight the devil. The other one's sweet.
Yeah. So
my dog is just the best.
All that going on, you know, being a figure competitor, she's finished first in figure class A, second in the open figure at the Heartland Classic in 2017, first in the figure class A in the Grand Prix in 2017, second place in the figure class A in the open figure at the Oklahoma Championships in 2018, which qualifies one for nationals.
Yes.
So I'm like, how do you do that?
I love this already because I hear this all the time. I just don't have time.
You have time.
I just don't have time.
Not only does she have time, she's exceeding.
Just write down your excuses and throw them in the wind.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Miss Julie Rowe. Yay! So I have a couple burning questions, Josh.
Okay.
Hit it.
And then Josh will probably ask you something way off the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
What inspired you, or what made you become a figure competitor? I mean, what said? Because you obviously lead a boring life. You're like, you know what? Let's add one more thing to the mix.
Right. Well, between all the reading and gardening and cat grooming that I do,
time.
tea time with the Red Hat Society. But between all that stuff, I've always loved working out. My mom kind of set that example for me. She would wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go swim 5 miles. And then at the end of her workday, she would go and lift weights or do something else. And so I was in the gym just kind of recreationally for a long time, and it became a stress reliever and an output for me. And so I kind of hit a plateau where I was like, okay, well, what's next?
What's next?
So that was the next level for me, is competition, and let's just see what I can accomplish, and if I had the self-discipline to do it, because I never really dieted. I'm not a big fan of diets. I think carbs are good.
They are.
I think fats
Come
are
to
good.
find out.
Yeah.
Come to find out, your body kind of survives off of carbs.
Yeah. Like donuts and Twinkies.
Donuts and Twinkies,
Yes,
100%.
yes.
That's the separate food group.
Cake. Anyways. Sorry.
But anyways, so that's how I did it. I said, let's just see what I can accomplish. I've never been able to diet well, so let's see if I have the self-discipline to do that. And I did.
I think what you found is what I've been hearing lately, and this is from like David Coggins and some of those people out there, Joe Rogan. There's a difference between motivation and being driven.
Yeah.
Motivated and being driven. Being driven is like, there's not a motivation. It's not like I'm going to decide if I feel like it today.
Yeah.
It's I'm going to set a goal and I'm going to reach it or die.
Right.
I've got two options, get there or die. And so that's the difference between being driven and being
I
motivated.
heard a great quote: "Inspiration is the reward."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. To be in, I like that. Yeah, motivation and inspiration. That's the feelings, the emotions, but the drive is the rubber to the ground.
But being married to a competitive bodybuilder, there's a certain level. Like, there's a mindset.
Crazy. You got to be a little bit.
You got to flip
crazy.
a switch.
Yeah,
There is. There's really no off days. So how do you balance those no off days and being a full-time nurse and fur baby parent and recently married and all that? How do you balance that?
So
Is your schedule very intentional?
I always tell people, like, really, they always talk about balance, and I'm like, well, yes, there's balance, but what you put in the forefront, what tilts the scale is going to change.
Right.
So when I'm in competition mode, my competition, my diet, my training, my cardio, all of that is going to tip the scales a little bit. I cannot, that lifestyle is not sustainable year round.
It's seasonal. Yeah.
It's seasonal.
Right.
And so then when I'm in my off season, I make sure that I spend plenty of time with friends. I really devote myself a lot to my work. So it's kind of funny because I manage the unit that I work on. And so I'll always tell my staff, I'm like, okay guys, like, I'm getting ready to go into prep. I'm gonna work my butt
Things
off
about
for
to
the
change
next
around here.
I'm like, the donuts are done.
Get ready.
Yeah, it's kind of good to have that accountability around you too.
Yeah,
being
and
transparent.
actually, the staff loves it because they're like, wow, like they see
cheerleaders.
me and they can like cheer me on, and they get motivated as
You're
well.
also pointing out something that I keep on running into people who talk about diets, or I'm going to try to diet, I'm going to try to lose weight. The one thing that I don't think they put into practice is this cycling, which means like year round, some things are not healthy to keep up that long. But there's a season, give yourself a 3-month, 4-month season where you focus on something so direct that you neglect the other things to get to that goal, and then relax the rest of the season. And that's how like the human body was evolved. It's harsh winters and then awesome spring and then relax during the summer. So we're supposed to kind of like go through cycles, and we don't. We're like, the new kind of modern life is the same thing year round, and people are trying to do the same diet, they're trying to eat the same food.
Well, I think it comes down to like social media. They're always comparing themselves to something that's out there.
Right.
Like, I got to be better. But I wrote down here because if you say yes to something,
You're saying no to everything else.
No to something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, for every yes, there's 1,000 no's. I
Yeah.
tell that to people all the time. You count the cost, because when you say, don't make your goal my goal, as soon as you say yes to this,
Right. Yeah.
you're saying
you
no to a lot of
neglect
other things.
your husband and everything else. They just know. Okay,
Right.
they know that you're going to that
And it
mode.
helps to have like a time frame. So
Yeah.
prep is the most intense, 12, 14 weeks that you're going to live. And it's like, okay, but it's 12 or 14 weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
I can get through it till then, and I'm going to be
The
like
best you.
super proud of what I've
Yeah.
accomplished, and the people around me are going to be proud.
Right.
And then, you switch the balance a little bit.
Right.
So you kind of say, okay, well, now I'm going to plan a wedding or buy a house.
So for people out there who think
Right.
this is too extreme, the balance, what we're kind of saying is, keep it in a certain time frame, achieve, and then relax, achieve, and then
And
relax.
as people always say that the success, like if you're going to be successful in a healthy lifestyle, it's all about setting achievable goals, smart goals. You hear that a lot.
Right.
And so it's measurable. I can say, okay, it's 14 weeks. That's my goal. That's what I want to accomplish in 14 weeks. And then it is achievable because it's a realistic time frame.
Right.
And so instead of saying,
2 weeks, I'm going to lose 15 pounds in 2 weeks.
Right, or like, I'm just going to be healthier this year.
Right.
Very
What
general.
does that mean?
Yeah.
And how are you going to do that?
Right.
There's no...
Don't trust your feelings.
Yeah.
Like Josh always says,
Set it down.
he can't change your feelings, he can change your data.
I can change your data, so you don't tell me you feel fat. What does the scale say? What does the BMI read?
Yeah.
We'll change that. We're not going to change your feelings. You
Josh-
might feel fat, 20 pounds lighter than you are now. I can't help you with that.
Oh, gosh.
Josh, you know what else is smart? If you go out to Google and you Google Tulsa meal delivery service,
Yep.
do you know what comes up top?
Boom, macro meals.
Macro meals. Do you know why?
Because we're the #1 food delivery service in Tulsa and in Bartlesville.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
I mean, people even in
That's pretty smart.
Arizona and other places are going, hey, you guys around here? Not yet. We're
On our way.
On our way.
On our way, guys. So anyways, along with that, so there's all that, the setting your goals and you're achieving them. One of the questions I had on here is, how do you combat the negativity mindset? Because we live in this negative world. I always say neurons that fire wire. So if you have a positive mindset, chances are you start doing positive things and it's repeatable. But if you're surrounded by negative things, I know the bodybuilder mind, like you guys, crap, I gotta do another 2 hours of fasted cardio. How do you combat that as on your level?
Well, that part was never difficult for me, I guess, because I just thought this is what I have to do.
Positive Patty over here.
But I don't know. I am. I'm a positive. I've
Awesome.
always been that
that's
kind of
the
positive
thing about that
mindset.
motivation versus drive.
Yeah.
I might be on the treadmill for 2 hours saying this sucks, but I'm going to be on that treadmill for 2 hours. So you just put the pedal to the metal. You don't give
And I
yourself
watch
excuses.
Food Network while I do cardio.
Come on.
I am totally that person. I'm like, yeah, let's watch like
Right.
Divers,
Yeah.
the Triple D,
yeah, right.
Yeah,
like
gotcha.
the
Yeah.
worst shows.
Right.
And
after 14 weeks, I'm totally having that hamburger.
yeah, people are like, how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know. It just motivates me. I gotta get to that
reward at the other
hamburger.
side, right?
Yeah.
But positivity is always, I mean, I see it in every aspect. And the biggest influence on my positive mindset, aside from like, we could go into hours of like deep psychological,
right.
like Freudian things.
Right,
but
right,
Don't do that. We're
I'm not going to do that. But like overall health in people, I noticed that in my years of nursing, I've seen that people that are 90s, 100 years old, the ones that are truly happy, they always have a positive outlook. They can have cancer, they can have pneumonia, and have gone through really awful things in their life, but they're like, you know what?
Yeah, you should have seen the Great Depression. This is nothing.
Yeah, basically.
It's just another pneumonia. I've had
They're the ones
hundreds
that
of these.
save all those Ziploc bags.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
That was my grandma. I was just like,
exactly.
oh, man, this is
But
another
they're
day.
the ones that live forever.
Right.
They do what makes them happy, and they surround themselves with people that are like-minded and that are positive as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge thing. Like, if there are people in your life that are saying, you can't balance this, there's no way. Why are you neglecting your kids to go do cardio?
Yeah.
I hear that a lot, and I'm not a mom, but like if I had kids and I have friends that compete and have kids, I'm like, no, you're an awesome mom and you're setting a great example
Yeah.
for your family.
My wife
along
does
with-
that, and I think it's inspiring.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Right.
Cool.
And sooner or later, the kids can just go to the gym with you.
So I had another statistic about time.
Give it to me.
Everybody says don't have time
Yeah.
for this, time for that. So, what journal was it? I can't.
New England Journal of Medicine.
I think one of them. The average person now is watching 5 hours of TV per day, and they're spending 2 hours. There's like 2.3 hours on social media.
You know what? I
per
think
day.
that's a 2017 stat because I just read one
Is it
here
up?
recently
Is it
that
up?
the social media has almost tilted the scale of what they're watching on TV.
television.
Besides binge watching Netflix, it's the
But
only thing that's keeping the whole thing.
but it's still where.
Yeah, you have time.
It's a
Yeah,
full
you have time.
full-time job.
Right.
It's
Don't tell me you
it's
don't have
almost
time.
8 hours.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
I don't even have cable.
Right, exactly.
That's probably what helps me do
You can
all
make
this.
that choice. Yeah, you can get
Josh,
the, you can get the
You
dumb
can
phone.
go
You can go
wow.
dumb phone.
when you when you take to this level, like
You can dumb it down.
Guess how many?
That is
Guess how many Facebook notifications I got on this today?
Zero.
How many email notifications I got?
How many times have you dropped it and hasn't broken?
Yeah, I
No
charged
screen.
it last Thursday. I mean, come on.
That's
Right,
crazy.
right.
Yeah.
So you can dumb it down. You can save time all sorts of ways, but also at the same time, when you exercise, when you eat healthy, you have more energy for the time you do have.
Yeah.
So I see people all the time who don't exercise and they're just tired. You know what I mean? They don't eat right. They don't exercise. So they have to take a lot more recovery time. I think you can literally put. For every hour you miss of sleep, if you exercise that hour, it's perfect. It will replace itself. So,
It's crazy. Except for injured old dudes like me.
well, think about how you were before you were working out. It's a lot harder.
Yeah, I just stay in motion. That's the key.
Yep.
Yeah.
An object that stays in motion
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
will stay in motion.
Philosophical on
Yep.
All right, so I have a quote here, Josh, that says, Will Rogers quote. I went back to the old.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Boom.
If you find yourself in a hole, stop digging.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's like that pivot or persevere.
All right.
Stop digging.
Stop digging.
It gets worse.
It gets worse. Yeah. So, anyways, as we close this awesome podcast with Julie, I've had Julie Griffin on forever. She gets married. By the way, let me
Yeah,
back up a little bit.
sorry.
She was our first sponsored athlete for Macro Mills.
Right.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I remember. I remember
Yeah.
doing that like last summer, beginning of the summer. Yeah.
I think it was before
Crazy.
that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It was right. It was right after the Oklahoma.
17.
So yeah.
Right.
So almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She's still a sponsored athlete.
Woo-wee.
Yeah. It's awesome. So,
Get it.
so Julia, as we close here, what's a good action item you would recommend to the listening audience out there in Facebook land or YouTube
So,
land?
action item. I hear these a lot at work, so I'm like, oh no.
Hate action items.
But action item. So, like I said earlier, setting achievable goals that are small chunks. I'm not going to sit here and go through the whole buffet for the year.
Right.
I'm going to set one goal for me, and if that is each day saying, okay, I'm going to wake up today, I'm going to go do my cardio, and then I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
If all you do is cardio, if all you do is walk on a treadmill for that day, that's awesome. And I actually just thought of a cool story.
Yes.
Cool story.
I love it.
So one of my coworkers recently had a surgical procedure done, and she was terrified to step foot into the gym, and she hasn't been in the gym in forever. She goes, Julie, I just have to tell you this because I know like you'll be so proud of me. And she goes, I sat in my car and I told myself all week I was gonna go to the gym. So the time came and I got in my car and I went to the gym and I sat in the parking lot and I cried. She goes, and I just like broke into tears because
Yeah.
I was terrified and I didn't know what I was doing. And she goes, I finally just got out of my car and I went in and I got on that treadmill and I hit 1.
And got it.
And I was walking at that speed of 1. I thought, well, this is too easy. And I bumped it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Right.
so I was just so
That's
proud and
inspiring.
overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I was like, this
Right.
is awesome. So every day, if you tell yourself, set a goal for yourself, and then that turns into a very achievable goal, and it's not even a task or you don't have to work at it.
And then
anymore.
also celebrate those. Be
Absolutely.
proud of yourself when you achieve a goal. A lot of people are like,
Yeah.
well, I did it, but I didn't do it hard enough. Shut up. Just say,
Yeah.
pat yourself on the back.
Good job.
Feel the pleasure of what it was to achieve a goal and go after the next one.
What we say around here, 2% better each
2%
week.
better each week.
Because the enormity, I think, is
because
what
of
scares people.
222.
Yeah.
2 meals for 220.
I mean, if you're going in, dude.
I see a lot of connections here, guys.
It just give me the duct tape because this mind has been blown.
You just did blue pill, red pill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I want to thank Julie for showing up today. It was awesome
Thanks, you guys,
having you
for
on
having
our
me.
show.
Yes.
Do yourself a favor. Go out to macromillsonline.com. You can click on the blue order online button.
Boom.
It'll take you right into our order system where you can get your first 2 meals for $2.22. Also, go to Google and find out why we're Tulsa's #1 meal delivery service, macromillsonline.com. And with that, we like to end every show with a
Peace.